Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm not gonna do the intro in this one. This is supposed to be Motivational Monday, and normally it's about keeping your spirits up, finding what you love and, believing in yourself and your dreams. But this time around, I want it to be more about sharing what you love, sharing yourself, sharing with your neighbors, and spreading that love and positivity. I'm sure by now everybody has heard to some extent what happened over the weekend in Virginia. And, I haven't watched the news at all, so I've only heard bits and pieces and seen things on social media. But, what I love about where I live is that in the building I live in, there's Muslims, there's Catholics, Christians, Jews, there's Black, Hispanic, white, there's straight, gay, lesbian, in my own family. My brothers are part Peruvian from South America, their father's from South America. My cousin Marie, her father is part, I believe, Puerto Rican and Dutch, which I know, you would think that's a strange mix. And her mother is white, Italian, and to see all the hate going on in the world, it is so disheartening. But just as I try to motivate you to believe in yourself and follow your dreams, I also want to encourage you to do what Ellen DeGeneres says at the end of her show every time. Be kind to one another. You don't necessarily have to like your neighbor, but if we just got to know one another, to realize all that we have in common, and, agree to disagree on the things that we don't have in common, but more than ever, we need to unite. More than ever, we need to come together as brothers and sisters, as humans, not as black or white, not as Muslim or Christian. Nobody is superior to the other. We all bleed red. We all have our ups and downs. We all have our families. There's a lot of things that we do have in common. And we need to get back to that. I can speak on my personal views on what happened this weekend. And I'll say this much about it. Yeah, there's a part of me that's aggravated, like many people, that they're not calling this a terrorist act, because if it was a Muslim, if it was another group, it would be called a terrorist attack. But it's not being called a terrorist attack, and this was done by a terrorist group. Might not be ISIS, but they're the same as ISIS. They might have not chopped people's heads off or bombed people, but the KKK have a history of hanging people, dragging and beating people to death. Nazis, if you want to go back to Germany, they gassed how many people? You know? In every race, in every culture, in every walk of life, there is a group, there is a handful of people that believe that they're superior, that believe that they can twist their faith, their culture to fit their demented way of thinking. But the rest of us, and there's more of us than there are of them. What I mean by us is not white people, not Christians, not Muslims, I'm talking about there's more human beings that rather connect with one another and show love to one another and support one another than there are of people that want to hurt us. And those of us that want to see good in the world, we need to stand up and start being that good in the world. We need to stand up, and if we're going to protest, let's do it peacefully. We can do our marches. We can say what we have to say, especially in the U.S. where we have freedom of speech and freedom to rally. But let's do it peacefully. Let's do it together with everybody arm in arm against these hate groups. No matter what group they're part of, they all have the same mentality, and we have the same heart of wanting to unite, and we can see the connection between all of us. So with this Motivational Monday, it's about spreading love and positivity. Shut off the TV, stop looking at the media, stop really taking sides, and just look around and see that we're all human. Talk to your neighbor if you've never talked to them before. Ask about their culture. If you see me on the streets, please ask me about me. You know? This week's theme, including tomorrow's Poetry Tuesday, is going to be just about uniting and spreading that love and positivity. That's the motivation for this week. Let all the hate that you're seeing on the TV or in your community or around the world make you more determined to conquer that with love. Conquer it with love. I'm trying to encourage you and motivate you to spread love. That's what I do with these videos. That's what I do with my shirts. Spread love. Whether it's, no matter how you do it, talk to your neighbor. Maybe you play music. Start playing music for everybody else to hear. Maybe you write poetry, share it with the world. There's so many different ways to be able to share yourself and share what you love and to spread love. That's today's message. That's this week's message. And it's a message that I try to show all the time anyway. Spread love and positivity. Be kind to one another. We need it more than ever. Anyway, that's my rant for today. That's my Motivational Monday. Thank you for watching. Much love.